This is a quick video about our recent trip on the California Missions Trail to the mission of San Juan Capistrano, a fairly famous one because of the swallows returning to Capistrano. It's also the one that was easiest for us to get to. So I had a little fun and I used Microsoft Copilot, and it pulled an excellent summary, much better than I would have written, of the California Missions Trail. So historically, if you're unfamiliar with it, this is primarily Father Junipero Serra, my Spanish pronunciation is terrible, who walked an extraordinary distance, essentially walking from Baja Sur for California Sur, Southern California and Baja Peninsula, up through what we now consider the state of California in the United States. 21 Spanish missions were established between 1769 and 1823. And their founding is somewhat complex because the Jesuits were basically exiled from Spain, etc. Then the Franciscans took them over. So most of these were actually founded by the Franciscans through Father Serra. Extraordinary history there. If you follow Marco's channel in OverlandX, he's done a fantastic recent couple of videos visiting some of the missions down in Baja California. So there's some fascinating history there. In the modern day, traveling to these old missions for me is like a spiritual reflection, a pilgrimage. We first did this decades ago when we went to the missions around San Antonio, Texas. So if you're ever in the area of some of these old Spanish colonial missions, I highly encourage you to visit them. Probably the most famous of all is the Alamo. But if you go to San Antonio, many of the old missions are still, well, at least some of them were still functioning churches. We managed to attend Mass in one of them. And San Juan Capistrano then became famous for other reasons, mostly because of a song written about the swallows returning to Capistrano, which was in turn based on like an article written by one of the people who tried to restore San Juan Capistrano mission about the swallows, and it became sort of a cultural icon. I believe the song was from the 1930s. So in any event, it was a short drive for us since we're currently living here in Southern California. We headed over to San Juan Capistrano, just took a few pics. So it's that, again, that different sort of overlanding that's not challenging a four-wheel drive vehicle. In this case, we just drove Sparky on pure asphalt and saw the mission church and the historical mission, and then went and had a wonderful dinner nearby.
Here we are at San Juan Capistrano. We'll go visit that fountain and we'll walk around. Gorgeous plants, you know, xeriscape, that don't need as much water. I'm going to go find out what that shape is in the building over there. And we heard about an earthquake that devastated it after its founding in 1776. There is someone I know listening to the tape how this goes. Are they? This is awesome. Okay. We'll go visit more.
The patron saint of cancer sufferers. At the entryway is an original baptismal font, which was once used in the Greystone Church. More than 2,000 Native Americans were baptized in this font.
I am Monsignor Michael McKinnon, and I am the pastor and rector of Mission San Juan Capistrano, and I have been here since July 1st, 2014. From the first day that I was here, celebrating Mass in the Sarah Chapel, I thought this is something that I'm going to look forward to doing for as long as I'm here. Every time I walk through the mission grounds and I see groups of families and groups of school children and people from around the world, just the walking around and just recognizing the peacefulness and the prayerfulness, and also the sense of peacefulness.
Interesting to see their beds would line the walls of this, and they had to bring their own pillow and blankets. And I'm gonna try to get Tom to take a photo of me. Here's a nice window access and picture of the flags. I thought was pretty interesting. The flags from the time. But I want Tom to take a photo of me next to my friend, Soldado de Guerra, leather jacket soldiers. And that was the minimum height for a soldier. Had to be a practicing Catholic, in good health, at least 16 years old, and agree to 10 years of service. So I want to stand right next to him and see if I'm tall enough to be Soldado de Guerra. Here is the gorgeous courtyard, and this is a monument to empty saddles, the memorial of fond memory of the writers of El Viaje de Portola. And it says Vaya con Dios. Okay, so let's look at this courtyard. You can see those bricks and the interesting plants. Of course, this cactus must be very old. There's some remnants of the old parts of the building. Not sure if this is a waterway or... Yes, this is historic plumbing. And these gorgeous arches. I'm sure I will find out more about the architecture. And I'm really enjoying the cactus. Not so much the dusty wind. But as you can see, this courtyard is just gorgeous, and you can see the orange trees, the gorgeous plantings, and I'm going to go investigate the fountain. It looks like a defunct fountain, probably. And then let's see if you can see the bell tower with the cross on top. Maybe I'll get a closer view. More amazing cactus at San Juan Capistrano. We'll also go find out what that's where they did work back there. I think I will try to find out what they did there. And look who I found. This must be incredibly old. You see the inside, it looks kind of like a sponge, and then this kind of looked like bark, and then surprise! Whoops, the green cactus. It is so cool. And this aloe vera looking plant here with the yellowish orange stems of flowers. Oh, nice place for the bees to hang out. Very cool stuff. This fountain is incredible. And a beautiful flower, lily pad flowers. But then you see, oh, there really is a fountain right at the top. I don't know if it's possible to see that. And then all the mosses and flowers, and looks like there used to be more bamboo there. San Juan Capistrano, there's the courtyard, but if you come out here, there used to be a building here, and this is thought to be the wine vat used to make Sacramento wine. It's very interesting how it is all arranged in here. And then the place where they would make adobe bricks. Okay. The numbers are upside down, but the visual is right side up. Not sure what I did. These are tanning vats, thought to have existed in 1790, but were not discovered or uncovered until the 1940s. The hides they tanned were so valuable, they are called California banknotes. Okay. Beautiful area. So in 1935, this was excavated. The industrial area where the missions produced tallow from animal fat. It says they were used to boil down animal fat to make valuable products such as candles, soap, grease, and ointments. This is very cool, I guess. It had been covered up. Let me look straight down. Okay, wow. That's really far down. I don't know if you can tell on camera. Alright.
Once we were done walking around to the beautiful historic mission, we simply stepped outside the walls into the nearby commercial district and had a wonderful dinner. I highly recommend San Juan Capistrano and probably the other missions if you're in Southern California and you're looking for an interesting quick day trip that also affords some interesting spiritual reflections.